い音です。バカバカバカバカ。
Yes, sir. Dumplings and everything.
Yeah. So what's it like having a goose for your for a dad?
It's not too bad. And free eggs every morning.
Oi! That is not a command. No sneak toes. Baka, baka, baka. Hoshi! Thank you for coming, Hoshi-cho. Shout out, Hoshi-cho. Thank you, Sapinya. Yes. Good booba. Good booba.
Okay, upping time.
You want to play? Let's play.
Upping time. Oh! Hina got scared into another dimension. Oh wow.
Oh, oh.
One enemy remaining.
Who's that?
Flawless.
Did you see that? I am crazy. Wow.
Keep the momentum.
Wow. I sneak. I sneaky. Get the bamboozle. Got the bamboozle. Where is that? Oh my god! Stop hitting me! Oh! Oh! Oi! Oh my god! 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 What do I do? Wait, wait. I have this for you.
Oh yeah! Monster on the loose!
That is a kiss for you. I will show you my body. Please be kind. So first, I have a booba. I am not a peton. The booba. Look at my teeth.
Yummy.
Oh, we good. We dance. We dance. Around the fire. Oh!
Around the fire, not in the fire. She says around the fire and walks straight into it.
Shoot, shoot.
Right, hello everybody. Stream is laggy, so I do apologize for that. Apparently my IXP is to blame for this. But anyways, we are back. Hello everybody, and welcome to episode 2 of hashtag Hinaversary 2026. Yeah, it's now officially the debut day for our third Maria, Hina Ojo. 4 years ago. Yeah, it was 4 years ago when she first debuted as Hina Ozo that we now call to know and love. And again, she has provided at least quite a bit of a milestone over there, and I'm really proud that she got so far. So, in any case, not much is going on around here on this episode, rather, because I did say that there is going to be some sort of a major event that will be happening on the second episode. However, since there are not going to be any more much time for this, and also by the fact that my stream's kind of lagging a lot, so I have made an executive decision as VTresMarias to halt the plans until we comes to a consensus, I believe. The consensus means that there will be some expectations from the community in response to, Hina's debut. Some of the other mutuals that I have missed the third Maria already as much as I do, so keeping tabs on what's going on around here. As of the latest graduation/retirement announcement, she has undergone a series of complications, and she was advised to stray away from social media. So it is now in her best interest to disassociate herself from the VTubing community to aid in her recovery. That one we deeply respected a lot, because our Maria's well-being is our topmost priority at this time. Especially now with the Mama Dearest or the second Maria's circumstance as well. It should be about time for her to get some well-deserved rest as well. And of course, yours truly also giving some rest as well, especially since we're out of call center industry in preparation for Uni era and the eventual return to creatives. As of right about now, we are currently in the middle of what do you call this? Sadly but not event. So yeah, great days ahead. But at the same time, it's still a bit bittersweet knowing that there are still some communities that you still wish to revive from the get-go. So as well, at least this is we got the bulk of we have over here at this rate, because there are going to be some repercussions in terms of making this work, because communities already have evolved over time, and even my own communities have evolved as well. Those I have taken the most interest in, they also already have evolved. So this is not this is something that I have to make some amends in here. And also for some reason the internet has been like 2 bars for the meantime, like 3 bars now. So should be around some time in here that we can get to back to stability over here, because for some reason the latency is quite ass initially. That's something that I am gonna be struggling like a lot. But anyway, let's consider this as just like a nifty podcast, whatever reason, because I'm still in the process of preparations for those, give or take, and it's still majorly it's still in the works. So you're not gonna be expecting much from this year's hashtag anniversary, to be quite honest, unfortunately. But here's gonna be some sort of some commitments for this, starting from 2027 edition. I will be launching a Discord server dedicated to the sanctuary the sanctuary of the third Maria. So that's right. We're gonna be banding our community members together with me at the helm, in order to reminisce, talk about Third Maria, give their best moments, merchandise, and all that. There's also gonna be some community events as well, and I don't know if I'm gonna be hosting that, but some of the over close VTubers at that era can. And they still apparently, I don't know if they still know me, especially since it's gonna be quite a while ever since we got out of she got out of the VTubing industry. Some things have come and gone, some things have changed. Hopefully the spirit will never falter from that point forward. And apparently my signal's gone back to 1 bar again, so kind of sucks. So here is going to be my commitment for that. I will be launching a community or like a community server where it is going to be just a sanctuary, like just chatting, just voicing, like just VC, and sharing your different perspectives of the third Maria. Of course, I'm gonna be hosting that, since I'm the first Maria, and I cover absolutely everything on here on the collective. I gave her the designation, so yeah. I'm very sure that she's gonna be proud of this community that we've ever built in the past in here. Like, here's some little story that I'm gonna be telling. I was once a moderator, like like not technically not a moderator yet, but like like an assistant, who is a viewer. And we did actually talk a lot before I even got that role in here, and kind of like safeguarding the community because there is some sort of like a tingling feeling that I'm gonna protect this VTuber at all costs. That's what the other minds of other fans back then, but in my mind, it is just like very, very strong that I absolutely felt the need to actually protect something that I know it is going to be quite a bit of a stretch, so. But yeah, I kept clinging onto her for who knows how long. Guys know that on the Discord, it's on the status. And I have been keeping in touch with her every single time, even before her debut. I actually got introduced to Mama Hina or the third Maria through one of the VTubers who happened to have a raid or something, or possibly on Twitter or X. But regardless of that, it led me to her Twitch, and that's where everything started to spiral into place where toothpaste, man. Anyway, where everything fell into place right there, and VTuber, viewer, relationships, trying to make some friends in here, and especially since I'm not streaming at that time, because I had to take a deep dive into the community in there, and that's where I found Hina, and much of that is the rest of the history. So anyway, with all that said, I'm actually quite surprised that when she started streaming, or when she debuted as a VTuber on this particular day 4 years ago, felt like her dream of becoming a VTuber is already a reality. And for some reason, my bar is now at 4, so no lags apparently. Damn, that's a lot of lag back then. That was a lot of lag back there, but anyway, it has been quite a momentous moment that I get to see her stream or formally debut as a VTuber there. She had been quite streaming for quite a long time. Even she told me her boyfriend was her very first, if not, I'm not even entirely sure. I might have to look up on the histories there. He might have been one of the first viewers when she started streaming, and also one of the founding members when she first hit affiliate. And by the moment in time that we talked a lot about her personal stuff in here, like much intimate stuff in here, because we trusted each other long enough to make some conversation about what's happening in here, and even still, when I still read the conversations, feels like there's a pain in my still a pain in my heart to see someone like her disappear because she has health conditions. Like, I wanted to support her in any way I can, but at that time I would feel like I'm not gonna be doing anything much because I don't have enough money to hear. But it is her decision to hear, and we have come into that kind of consensus. So also that ends well for her, I believe. So yeah. Right after that, when she we started opening moderator applications. I was the one who applied, but apparently I'm literally guys letting it on a little bit of a secret here. That is, during the time that she made her first call to look for moderators when I was applying. We actually talked about it, and one thing she told me is that, like, I'm still kind of like embarrassed to say this, but because it's of how intimate it is. Because we've been like VTuber like social friends for so long that we forgot that they have this kind of like a barrier in here, and she just literally like in her head she was just like, oh, you know what, fuck it. She seems trustworthy enough. So yeah, it all unraveled from there. During the time when she first made a call for to apply for a moderator, I actually talked to her about it. It's like, are you serious? So she was like, yeah, go apply for it. I know that you already have enough experience in there. I actually had that kind of experience with Mama Viv initially, and I just transferred it all along to Mama Queenie, or the third Maria, afterwards, after she designated me as one of the moderators, apparently. And a little bit of some fact for you: Mama Viv is now Boni Bana due to reasons involving charity that I might need to discuss that in another #Gaga Talks episode. Assuming though I can get Mama Viv or Mama Bunny to cooperate. In that case, though, we had a lot of discussions there regarding the moderator applications here, and she actually did tell me that, like I said, this is gonna be super embarrassing, but she did tell me that she wanted me to become a moderator. Like, yeah. She literally, like, explicitly requested, or like she literally headhunted me, especially since I already have my my applications up in here. She did tell me that she's longing for me to become a moderator, and she dreamt of it. She literally told me she dreamt of it. Me being a moderator? Are you serious? I was like, are you serious? I told her, I asked her that, and she's like, yeah, I was serious. Or I'm serious. You being a moderator is my dream. So right after the initial moderator applications have concluded, I was already on the moderator slate, and we basically gave ourselves a bunch of instructions there, a bunch of introductions there, all forward. The rest is history, because I already have all my shenanigans and all that stuff pointed out. It's quite a bit of a, what do you call this? An exhilarating experience, if I had it like that. And it's really exhilarating to see a bunch of moderators who like-minded moderators taking the same picture of protecting their VTuber. Like, what I'm doing is what they're doing, and what they're doing is also what I'm doing. But the main difference is I do it on a daily basis when she was around back then. And not only her Twitch or her Discord as well. I was also one of the moderators, subsequent Discord moderators afterwards, which is kind of like a kind of neat, apparently. But or was I a Discord moderator? I can't even tell. Yeah, I was also a Discord moderator. I kind of forgot. I might have to look for the screenshots, but the gist of it is I was also a Discord moderator, as per her request, if I remember it correctly. Because we did put out she and I did put out this kind of consensus. If I'm helping her, she's also helping me. Giving ourselves thrive for as long as she can, and especially now that she had been given those kinds of opportunities in here. One notable example is with Aurora, which is Aurora Live VR. You already guys know that, and it's been quite a hell of a ride. But there's one thing that that came out of it, and that is because her being a moderator left me with something else. I was designated as one of the Discord moderators. I'm not even entirely sure if that is true, but I might have to go back through my screenshots for that. But the gist of it is, around the time that she redebuted as Suzu or Suzu Puyotori or Puyotori Suzu or Suzu Puyo, I was already one of the Discord moderators as well. So yeah, I have dual the responsibility of making sure her Discord is safe and that also her Twitch is safe. So I'm doing the most of the heavy lifting here, but that is something I usually do on a daily basis. And that is something that I usually do like a lot. So yeah, easy call there. And but the gist of it is that it has been quite some time. Trying to hit the hay, trying to make sure everything is cool. Even though there has been some sort of inactivity in here, even still, no one can ever comprehend the fact that I was a part of it. So, by the time she got back in here, there was some kind of like subsequently there was also like a second call for moderators. I was already a moderator, so I was already a moderator when that came around. So I was actually been given a task because Third Maria, Hina, she told me that on her call for the second round for gathering for recruitment of moderators, she actually told me something, and that is to analyze the potential moderators there. Like, there have been some applications there. She actually she actually gave me a list of potential moderators there. And she did tell me, if I remember this correctly, I leave the judgment up to you. Because I know you have quite a keen eye for the community. Like, I don't know if she said it or not, but I just have to, emphasize it because of how close we are back then. She did told me about this. Whatever happens with the moderators, I leave the decision and the judgment up to you. So she handed me a list of moderator applications. I sifted through that one by one, and I still have the text file with me, although I might have to unseal that on next year's #Hinaversary episode. But the gist of it is that I have relegated my thoughts about the second round of moderator applications. So the majority of or actually all of the moderators that have applied, I base it on their experiences, their assumptions, their activities within Discord, within Twitch, within X or Twitter. I took in all those kinds of perspectives in here, and some of them are promising, some of them can be nurtured, but some of them kind of meh. But the gist of it is, she let me make the judgment on the moderator applications. Oh no. And the funny thing is that she actually took those considerations into account as well. Like, I don't know if I told her this, but you will have the final judgment. All right, you still have the final judgment, whether you consider those or not. That's totally up to you. And she absolutely considered my judgments anyway. What the hell? Anyway, that will be about that for the moderator application side of things. But just to give you guys some experience, give you guys some insight or some nutshell of that, I led the charge on recruiting or identifying who is the best fit to be a moderator. if she is the CEO, I am the head of HR. And you know what's even funny? When she debuted as Suzu, I was now we got ourselves some kind of like role names and something like that. She gave me a role of a dove, so I was the overseer, like the head of the head of moderator or something, like the one who oversees everything in her like, what do you call this, right hand woman, something like that. But apparently, yeah, um in that in her phrasing sounded like I was the right hand woman, and boy, it did work quite well, and I had a lot of fun doing that. Of course, there have been some times where I was a little bit of inactive due to certain circumstances, but I mean, I kept myself active on Discord for most of the majority of the schedule there, and even still, that I still have my subscriptions up there. At the it just makes my heart numb to see the evolution of it and everything like that. It just keeps coming back to me, you know. All those kinds of experiences. I still have them as screenshots, but they're still in my head because when I see her VTuber avatar, like her picture like that, I even draw her there on our first ever VTresMarias illustration, because I was the one who drew that. Still gave me a bunch of memories. It still feeds me a lot of memories back then, and it's very, very reminiscent of what's going on there. And I'm very proud that I made my decision in the first place to stick with Mama Hina, or Mama Queenie, or Third Maria. That was before VTresMarias was even up back then, right? That was before even before VTresMarias was back up. And that was before the end of 2022. The end of 22 was when VTresMarias was up, alright? And it was raining hard, like a lot, so yeah. Anyway, that should be about it for I became a moderator or something like that. Gotta do some more talking points around here sometime, but for now, might need a little break because for some reason my tooth just like screwed on its own, and I need to gargle. So we'll be right back after this. I'll see you guys in a bit. All right, we're back. Apologies for the wait. For some reason I a little bit of taking some time because I actually have to do my bags. The usual. Anyway, since we're almost done with here, I'm just gonna have to give you guys a little bit of something of a taste. What do you call this? Yeah. Starting from the 2027 edition of #Hinaversary, we will be expecting some granular changes throughout. With the inclusion, with the commencing of the Hina's sanctuary, the third Maria's sanctuary on Discord. So it will be inviting some of the past and present VTubers who know the third Maria inside and out. Even some who vaguely remember her as Suzu Puyo before she reincarnated as Emision and Arthur Regina Lidra, the first VTuber of VTNet that I founded, especially. So in that case, let's swap models because we're gonna be seeing Emmy in action here. It's been a while since I last had Emmy on here, so here we go. All right, so here is the alternative, aka Emmy Isium. I call her the alternative because right when we have a little bit of a discussion with a third party about that, that actually come to mind when she told me that she was handing over the reins of her experience. So the penguin model initially was the one I had bestowed upon me, with the premise that I will be entering Aurora Live VR in her place. She strongly objected that, so it's kind of like if she doesn't want to, and then I guess I don't. So there are also some whole lot of circumstances between that, or between Aurora and other VTubers in here, including AOS, who is the Snake Lady. I actually did a discussion of that on alternative. I might be including that in the cards right after the stream. So, but the gist of it is that AOS was actually the Snake Lady that false ID was referencing in terms of this. So, kind of sucks. Anyway, took some time until I got used to it. Started out random. I started doing Terraria and stuff. And then Ebateru, which to this day I have a theme of Ebateru because Arthur the Hina. Yeah, sorry about that. So with that particularly said, that will be about that. And then she reincarnated, and then she relaunched again. She redebuted again as a Necro Nurse, and after some few months, she ultimately gone on hiatus. She wasn't active, but we still kept in touch. And then January 18th, or 18th of January 2024, or actually 18th of February 2024. Wait, was it again? Mercy. Sayonara. Let me look into the website again, because I know it's February, but I can't quite put my finger on it. But let me go ahead and look into that. Nope, it is the 27th of January 2024. So yeah, the 28th of January 2024. Early morning of 20th January 2024 when she. Let's try that again. Because for some reason my microphone's fucked on its own. So, the 28th of January 2024, the early morning of 28th January 2024, when I also unveiled the illustration she ultimately announced that she will no longer be she will no longer be VTubing, she will no longer be streaming, she will no longer be using social media anymore due to complicating health conditions, and that she needs to give most of her majority of time with her family and her boyfriend, of course. I do know his boyfriend, or I do know her boyfriend. His name is Burger, and I hope they have lived a better life out there. I can't tell because it is one of those things that kept me going on a time basis, having them in my memory alongside the second Maria. Hold on. Someone's disturbing me again. One moment. Yeah, so basically, I'm back. So basically, the thing is that there are going to be some stories that I left to share in here, but it's not going to take any much of a time. I know it's a bit of a long road for us here without the third Maria around, but yeah, again, like I said, we're still gonna be keeping her in our memories. And even as my duties continue and as my duties evolve, again, I am the first Maria, but I am also the incumbent first cos Maria of CSM. Cosplay Marias, the one that I founded as a way to mirror VTresMarias into cosplay. Or in real life, starting from cosplay. I do cosplays a lot. There will be a time for me to cosplay as one of the Marias, just to get the feel of it. I will be working with the third Maria first. That will be the case. But I do have a lot of characters that I would be needing to cosplay, especially Mama Weenie and Karen from El Basuro, because a few days ago, El Basuro has ended service, and comes along with it the debut of Track 2 of End of Service Anthems, Beyond the Arc. Assaults Farewell. You can check it out on the info bar if it has anything. That will be just about it. I would like to thank you all for being a part of the second episode of Hashtag Hinaversary 2026 edition. I know it's all lacking, and I do apologize if there's any lacking of information there, or lacking of events there, lack of commitments. I'm gonna be making up for them next year, so stay tuned for that. I will see you guys later on throughout this whole conundrum here, and Sandy Mana event is still ongoing. We'll be streaming tomorrow. It's not gonna be 11 p.m. PHT or 12 a.m. JST. It's gonna be varying times because in some cases, I'm still being treated like a kid again. Son of a bitch. I'll see you guys tomorrow. For Sandy Mana, you can check it out over at youtube.com/@SandyMana. But for some reason, we'll need the model to cap this thing off. So here we go. That is Sandy Mana for you. that will be just about it for sending mana. For me, actually. Sorry about that. For hashtag Hinaversary 2026 edition. Now signing off. We'll see you next year for what do you call this? Hashtag Hinaversary. Fucking, what's this cat doing here? What the? Hey, please get off. Yeah, I just had to drop him off. Sorry about that. Hashtag Anniversary 2027 next year, starting this June. I'll see you guys next year. Sending on the event continues tomorrow. Bye bye.
もし5分前に戻れるなら何をしますか？私はさっきの返事もう一度したい。どうしてあんなにそっけなくスルーしちゃったの？あなたの前だとなんだかうまくいかない。人生は後悔ばかりでもないで笑少しずつ進むの。じゃポパ。Look at my teeth. バカ。Okay, so here is my official debut. I will make sure it is short because I know you're very busy. Yeah. Let's start, okay?